Men who pretend to like women and promise a monogamous, committed, and romantic relationship with the goal of schmecks are predators. And I think a lot of women get confused why men aren't just honest from the start that they just want smecks and not a committed monogamous relationship, is because the manipulation of it is the point. And so if you're sexually deviant, that means that you have deviant behavior. Deviant behavior just means usually it's socially unacceptable, unmoral to most people. So not every deviant act is a crime, but it can be a crime. But besides that, the reason why you should not engage at all with men like this is because that the mindset they have is the mind of a rapist. A man who specifically goes after and puts the time and energy to spend with a woman who he knows he will not end up actually dating her. We need to stop pretending like men don't know what they're doing, because they absolutely do. But they are looking for weakness and people who are overly vulnerable, people who overshare, and they see it as a conquest almost, to get your guard down, and then like once you're completely like relaxed, it's like ripping the rug from underneath you. And they do it because a lot of them enjoy it. Going from there and explaining that as a sexually deviant behavior, and then I'm gonna go from there and expand into antisocial personality disorder. This is a personality disorder that cannot be diagnosed until you're 18, but people use the words sociopath and psychopath interchangeably, and we are finding more that they have more shared traits than like opposite traits or traits that don't overlap, but they are not the same thing, and they are both not mental health diagnoses. They are just something that helps psychologists and psychiatrists and other people in the mental health field who diagnose to give them the right treatment. Or if you're a forensic psychologist, you will use that in court to explain why or why not someone should forgetting the word plead insanity, or you know, if they should be sent to prison or to a mental health hospital or facility. As I have been learning about psychopaths, sociopaths, personality disorders, I've realized that a lot of these traits seem to overlap with the moral compass of a rapist in a PDF file. And so I wanted to share traits that I have learned that psychopaths and sociopaths tend to display. Keep in mind these are very brief traits, and so they are up for interpretation. And also it should be noted that what we know about psychopaths and sociopaths is pretty much what we know about male psychopaths and sociopaths, because most men, 87% of men commit crimes, and just in general, we have studied men more than we have studied women, especially in psychology. I already went over that. Okay, for the main difference between sociopaths, psychopaths, sociopaths tend to be easier to catch because they're more spontaneous, maybe anxious, unplanned, and a lot more easily agitated or triggered. And then psychopaths come off controlled, calm, collected, level-headed. They're usually very charming. Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, and Gary Ridgway, those are all examples of psychopaths. No, I will not be saying their the name they were given from the press, because I don't believe in giving them any respect.